Hi, this is Marina from Dark Star Astrology, and it's the eclipse. Sorry, this is a bit late in the day, but I thought I'd better get it out there because I haven't done a video for ages. So, the solar eclipse on the 20th of April falls right at the very end of Aries Decan 3 at 29 degrees. It's known as an anorectic degree, and it's supposed to be unlucky. But really it's just because it's on the verge, and the numerology of it really, just being at the end, the very end of change, actually adds up 9, 10, 11. So, I mean, I like the number 11, so I don't know. I don't know about it being a dodgy number, but anyway, so yeah, it's at 29 of Aries, just on the verge of Taurus, and it's going to be square Pluto, which is in Aquarius as well. Which adds to the, I suppose, gravitas of it. The fixed star is Alrisha, which is in the knot of Pisces, the fishes, and the tarot cards are 4 of Wands, and the healing crystal I chose was a clear quartz because we need some clarity. So before we get into this eclipse, I just want to mention I have a spring sale for my readings going on at the moment, and this will last until June the 21st, so until summer solstice. There will be 25% off all the readings, and so yeah, check out the link below. It's quite a nice reduction, and I just thought I'd do that because I know that people are struggling at the moment. So I've made them more affordable, and probably maybe I can reach people that I don't normally reach because of the price point. Okay then, so on with the eclipse. So what about the moon in this decan? Doesn't have any astrological power here by its placement, and typically the watery vulnerable moon is very awkward and even powerless in Aries. But anyway, this Venus-Jupiter control decan still has a specific watery vibe because of all the marine stars that are found here. So, sorry, got a mouthful of coffee. Feelings directed carefully and strategically can still make us effective in our dealings, even in the presence of some troublesome fixed stars. So at this solar eclipse, we can still find some rhythm and flow while learning to navigate through the bumps on our journey. So, well, despite the moon not really having any power here, it still feels very comfortable in this kind of watery decan because of the deep lunatic vibes, and it's something that the creative mind can truly flourish in, I think. So it's essential that we have some artistic outlet with which to release our creative fire at this solar eclipse, and we will truly have to play out our ever-changing moods to spectators. Our volatile feelings at this time can make for an enjoyable drama. Even a simple tirade about how horrible the service was in the local shop. Those touched by this solar eclipse can transmute mundane experiences into a high art form. So at this solar eclipse, regular daily existence has the potential for heightened psychological understanding and melodrama, like a Mike Leigh film. So I don't know if you know Mike Leigh, but look him up. He's quite, his films are all a bit, they're very English, I think, very British. Anyway, so the tarot card is the 4 of Wands, which is associated with reunions, returning home, community and celebrations. The effect of jovial Jupiter is clearly felt with this card, as are the close ties of the star Alrisha and the religiosity of Akamar, which is in this decan. So despite the monstrous influence of some of the decan stars, this position is generally a positive one, and the fortune could be a reward after a period of dedication and deferred gratification. So Teach Me Tarot say that the card's meaning is it heralds the successful achievement of desired outcome of a situation or project due to hard work and determination. God, I hope so. The 4 of Wands can highlight the settling in period after this achievement and the desire to establish roots of some kind. The 4 of Wands returns stability, order and security to your life after a period of upheaval, movement and transition. It also highlights a period of contentedness, and which is a much needed experience for the frenetic Wands type. Well, I've just realised, I thought, why does this apply to me so much? And because this this eclipse is at the very end of, I mean, you could almost say it's like almost like 1 degree of Taurus, and of course it's square Pluto at Aquarius. So if you have anything at the beginning of Aquarius and all the fixed signs, 0, 1 degree of the fixed signs, you're getting this as well. So yeah. So what's Alrisha all about then, the fixed star? Bernadette Brady has a meaning for this, and the moon on there is a love of diversity amongst one's friends, to seek enjoyment of a wide variety of food and pleasures. So Alrisha is the knot that holds the two fishes of Pisces together. They're swimming in different directions, but Bernadette says the star represents the joining of different ideas to create wisdom and understanding, or the marrying of two concepts to create a greater concept. This is a gentle star that indicates a tendency to seek different connections, to look at things with a different light, to join separate concepts in search of greater understanding. So we can see that this is quite a taming star, which is what we really need in this very stormy decan. So it is like, so far I'm thinking, it is a time to try and get compromise these two very different areas or two very different points of view. And obviously, we know that everything has been so polarized for the last, for seems like forever now. I suppose it's since the Trump was president, really, that it really started. Anyway, so the chart has, as you can see, it's the very strong square to Pluto. And we do have this Ceres opposite Neptune going on as well, which I haven't really looked at in great depth, but it keeps coming up. And I do think it's sort of taking drugs to escape from it all, really. It's very ayahuasca-y. I was looking at the solar returns for Gemini, and it comes up, and also late Taurus too. But anyway, that's another thing. I'll talk about that later at the end. So the eclipse aspects, obviously the moon square Pluto is the urge to probe deeply into unsolved mysteries and a fascination with evil doings. There may be stories in the news of really gruesome crimes, or we may meet the dark goddess as an evil blackmailing temptress as well. I'm thinking of bunny boilers here. The collective shadow surfaces, and we're faced with a person who embodies all the unaccepted, nasty traits of humanity. We may enjoy making this person the scapegoat, but must also realise that we're only avoiding important, deep psychological work on ourselves. And of course, the sun is also square Pluto as well, because it's a solar eclipse, a new moon. So when the sun is square Pluto in the sky, leaders and bosses want to exert more control over their underlings. This can be a time when the public feel they're under more surveillance than usual. So, this eclipse is going to bring out that for the next 6 months, because eclipses don't just last a month, they last a long time. But it's also a great period for those who work in psychological fields, as they'll find it easy to go in depth with their patients. Shadow work, getting to the root of any unresolved trauma, is advised at this time, and the investigative vibe is just perfect for exploring your authentic self. Good opportunity to detox those dark thoughts and move towards the light of optimism. Self-hypnosis would be beneficial as well, but not when you're driving. Notice I've just realised, yes, the new moon is also sextile Saturn. It's wide, but because the North Node is at 4 degrees, which is pretty exact, then, let's put them all together, and I think that's quite strong. So this is a interesting contrast really, because Saturn and Pluto are both sort of endings, dark planets, melancholic sort of planets, and but with Saturn it's a sextile, so it's not so heavy. So it could be a time when the public wants to display how respectable, high status and honest they are. It has this aspect, what the older generation might call airs and graces. So, these two planets, the moon and Saturn, do give off a very nostalgic vibration. The energy is classic and timeless, so traditional values are popular and people will play it safe with their creativity. Lines are elegant while colours are muted and not in your face. Everything is effortlessly, I can't say, forget it. It's effortlessly beautiful and natural, and it's a look that has stood the test of time. So it's nothing artificial, very organic and down to earth. Of course, the sun is sextile Saturn as well, so this is nice because it does provide a supportive wall to lean on when you're working hard. You feel protected and shielded from the elements. And the best quality of this aspect is great timekeeping and scheduling abilities as well. So this, it's good for things running smoothly and on time, demonstrating your trustworthiness and authority. And it provides stamina and self-discipline through tedious tasks. So although it is square Pluto, then you've got, the stabilizing side of Saturn is quite good here. So the summary, it's got two sides to it. The tarot card is auspicious, promising reunions and happy times. Yet, the moon, as I said, isn't that really happy at the edge of Aries Decan 3. And the 29th degree is the known, as I said earlier, anoretic degree, and so that means that its energy is really in flux and unstable. So thank God there is Saturn in there as well. So oh yes, here it is. I found this from advancedastrology.com, and they say the 29th degree is said to be malefic. Planets here tend to manifest their lower octave. They say at the end of a sign, this degree indicates a more mature planet that has little energy left. It's Biden, isn't it? And it lacks the strength to operate properly. All right, sorry. They point out that the planet could act more Neptunian in nature, which is weird, isn't it? So the shift from the fast-paced Aries to careful Taurus could feel like an abrupt slamming down of the brakes. The fixed star is at the knot of Pisces, so that also further complicates matters, things getting into knots. The two fishes being pulled in two different directions, creating more of a Neptunian hazy influence. So we have the feeling of the sun running out of steam and then not having the energy to or the strength to defend itself. However, we have Moon sextile Saturn and Sun sextile Saturn for stabilization, much needed when we have that off the rails, confusing eclipse energy going on. Eclipses are like that anyway. It's a wide sextile, but like I said, the North Node is at 4 Taurus, past the eclipse and exactly sextile. So it makes it more significant and worth consideration. Saturn and Pluto are both death type planets and can also be very controlling, as I said. So now, however, Saturn in this scenario is less controlling and provides benign care, like a wise elder that you can lean on, just not Biden. Pluto is more, sorry, I shouldn't be political, but I don't think anyone's a big fan of him anymore, are they? Is anyone? I don't know. Anyway. So yes, Pluto is more problematic, so you should question their motives, anyone's motives, who is offering help at this time anyway. So at this solar eclipse, we need to discern between what is true unconditional love and support as opposed to a kind of narcissistic manipulation in the guise of wanting to help. So when one is weak, we are vulnerable to being exploited. So at this solar eclipse, I would get advice from friends or relatives that you can trust before making any rash decisions. So the crystal then. So I chose the clear quartz because of all the confusing and contradictory elements of this solar eclipse. We will need clarity and focus, which of course this crystal gives in spades. Try and find the most transparent quartz that you can find to boost mental clarity. The stone will help you align with your goals, and it's also a quietly powerful cleanser. So when programmed for a specific purpose, clear quartz is extremely effective at storing information. It's the perfect crystal for activating or cleansing chakras, and it's ideal for treating fibromyalgia as it heals the pain and soothes nerves. Crystal balls are made of clear quartz, and they've been used to predict the future since the Middle Ages. Its main use was to counter black magic, and Moon Square Pluto is certainly that. But also to communicate with spirits and other dimensions. Psychics can use clear quartz to diagnose illness as well, and it's famous for decluttering the mind and spirit. It therefore helps channel your thoughts towards focusing on one specific thing. Clear quartz can help organize competing thoughts and clarify the mind, and it's the most popular crystal for eliminating trivial distractions, which will then allow you to make those important life decisions. And I'm one of these people that gets distracted all the time, and that's made me think I should use my clear crystal more. I do have a pendant, so maybe I need to change the one that I'm wearing to the clear crystal for this eclipse. So yeah, shiny new object syndrome is a thing that happens to me all the time, as you probably know from listening to me going on about certain things, when I have a new fad. So thanks for listening. Take care. Come to the website if you want to look at the meanings for it for each sign. I've got that written down as well. There's lots of new articles, Pluto and Aquarius, which I should do as a video, and lots of other stuff. Starting as well, I forgot to mention that I'm doing solar return. I'm doing the horoscopes for 2024 basically as solar returns. So they will last from sort of now till then. So I've done Taurus and I've done Gemini. So I'm doing them as each season comes. So birthday to birthday. And they're also for the decans. So you'll see that there's decan one. So basically it's horoscope for the decans again that I used to do years ago. But it was just too much to do all in one go when I used to write them for the whole year. But if I do them every month, as the birthdays come up, it's so much easier. So I'm going to just do one a month. And I'll leave a link below so you can go to the website and check them out. So thanks for listening. All the best. Bye-bye.